Am I looking? I'm looking here, right?
okay,
Okay, just making sure. I'm just gonna get those nerves out.
So, who are you and what do you do?
My name's Ziggy and I do parkour. So it's a funny story. I actually really wanted to do like race BMXing. I was like really young and I was like, this is my passion. This is my calling. I was like 11 or something and mum and dad just like couldn't afford a BMX bike. So my mum must have just gone on like Google and just searched up action sports near me, and there just happened to be parkour classes in Dunedin, where I'm from. I just went to weekly classes. When you're in a controlled environment like a gym, you really don't have to be that adaptable. It's when you start to explore different architecture and different spaces outside that you have to start thinking, how can I work through this spot? Like, what can I do here, rather than I'm gonna do a backflip, I'm gonna do a front flip. It's like you're meeting the spot halfway. You're letting the architecture talk, and then you're letting the movement talk as well. It was quite a while in the gym before we took it outside, because there's a maturity thing to it as well. So I started classes when I was like 11. I probably didn't go outside until I was like 14 or 15, but there was almost the rebellious side of it, of like, instead of having a coach and a mentor, and like now me and some friends in the parkour classes want to just do our own thing, and like you're at the age where it's just like you want to get outside, get away from your family and just like hang out with your friends. So it's a nice like overlap in that sense. So yeah, me and a couple of friends that were doing classes just started meeting up outside. I struggled a lot for a while. I didn't feel like I was very competent or very good at parkour. When I kind of took the pressure off myself and it's not training anymore, I'm just going out with my friends to have fun. That's where I actually saw like just enjoying movement and figuring out what I like to do, what brings me the most joy. Yeah, I think parkour is really good for maturity, that you're working, bouncing ideas off friends, and then you're also handling fear on a daily basis when you're out training. You get to work through anxieties and problems that you have in every day in a fun space with your friends pretty much. Yeah, for me it's just, I guess doing parkour keeps me away from doing other things that may have been more like detrimental to my like health and learning, and I guess it's just a positive outlet to express yourself. In hindsight, those classes were fundamental. At the time I didn't love them, it didn't have that spark, but that they were fundamental in the sense of learning the basics, and if that wasn't the case, if I didn't go to those classes, then I wouldn't be on the path I am today. I kind of have two mindsets when it comes to parkour. I'm either going out just to have fun, and that's when there's no pressure. I'm just going to a spot to kind of just get some energy out, have fun, work on new moves, tinker with style a bit. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum is the filming side. So when I'm consciously going out to film for a project or a video and I want to push myself. So I want to, like, I've already got this idea in my head that there's things that I've been looking at for a while that I want to do, and that's when the mental game of parkour really takes a toll. And whenever you're doing something that you're not sure whether you can do, you're battling fear. So like you go to a spot and physically I know I can do this challenge, but the environment's very scary, and you know that if something goes wrong it could be like severely consequential. So it's about breaking down the challenge. So say there's one gap that I need to, or that I want to get for a project. It's about preparation, so spending sessions beforehand working on the move, doing easier challenges at the same spot, kind of becoming acclimatized to the environment. At the end of the day, you've just got to take a deep breath and like just trust yourself. You've done everything you can do, there's nothing more. You've just got to take a little leap of faith, and it's a crazy feeling, because every time you do something like that, you never remember it. I never remember any of the scariest stuff I'd have done. Your brain just shuts off and you just let your body do what it's trained to do. It's quite often that you go out with ambitions and it's just not the day. Like, you're there and you're trying to break through this mental barrier, you'll get angry, you'll go through a range of emotions, you'll get sad, and then you just have to walk away. And it's heartbreaking, but it's like, I guess it's what keeps you humble, like, yeah, alive, humble. And normally when you walk away from a challenge, there's a reason. Like, it wasn't your day, and you'll come back another day and it'll just click. Something that wasn't there then is just there now. you want to think about everything that could go wrong, everything scary, and you're running every scenario through your head, and then when you're ready to go, you just have to let it all go. Like, you just have to drop all your fears, all your worries, because you've already spent enough time thinking about it that if you're thinking about it when you're going for it, it's only going to cause you problems. Like, it's this feeling of you only have one job to do in the world. Everything else like shuts off. It's like, all I have to do is make this jump. Everything else is irrelevant. I think that's the addictive part about parkour.
Yeah.
I think just in general, parkour helps with stress and anxiety. I'm a firm believer that movement and just letting energy out lets your mind be at ease, but also we're just putting ourselves in stress-inducing situations, which it sounds really strange to like someone that's not involved in parkour or something similar, but you're kind of training yourself to handle stress, I guess. Yeah, it can always go two ways. When something in real life is causing you anxiety or stress, going out and doing parkour can either let it all go and then you're just having a really good time and you're not thinking about it at all, or you put too much pressure on yourself to want to do something cool, do something new, and then you can't do it because you can't let go of all the stress and the anxiety, and then there's some days that you'll walk home and you'll just feel completely defeated. I think it's different to a lot of team sports and stuff, because team sports you're working with other factors, other people, whereas parkour it's 100% you. You're either going to do something, and if you've done something, you know that you did it purely yourself. You did it because you wanted to do it, or if you fail, or you injure yourself, or you bail, there's no one else to blame. You put yourself in a situation and maybe you shouldn't have gone for it, and that's easy to say in hindsight. You put yourself in the position, and then if it doesn't work out, you can beat yourself up because there's no one else to blame. I struggle to do parkour by myself. Having friends to bounce ideas off is really what parkour is. Like, at the end of the day, for me, it's not the challenges, it's not this and that. Like, obviously I love that brings me heaps of gratification, but I do parkour because I enjoy parkour, but I keep doing parkour because I'm addicted to the community and the culture. That's when I was hooked, is when I went to my first national gathering and I met the whole New Zealand community, and it was a game changer. It's just like, because it's quite small, realizing that there's other people out there that want to work through the same challenges that you work through is so beneficial. When you're in those mental blocks and when you're struggling, having someone else that's got experience in different areas of parkour, different areas of the art form, is so valuable. They'll say little things that to them is just common sense, but to you, you're like, I didn't actually think about that. So it's the culture of sharing ideas and sharing movement. There's lots of positives to parkour's size, because parkour's not huge. It went through like a bit of a phase in the 2010s and stuff, and then it kind of dipped off. But at the end of the day, we're not dealing with like football culture or skate culture even. Like, it's not something that you can go to anywhere in the world and you'll just be surrounded by people. It's niche, and I think people value one another more because of that, because it's almost a rarity to find people that share the same passion. I do consider myself an introvert, but if I was walking around and I just seen someone doing parkour, whether it's a 30-year-old or a 12-year-old kid, I'll definitely go and say what's up. That's the thing about parkour, is we're not comparing one another on like I'm at this level, you're at this level. It's because we're all so familiar with the mental game, the breaking challenges, breaking fear. So when you can see someone else going through a challenge and they're struggling, it doesn't matter what the challenge is. It doesn't matter how difficult on the spectrum that challenge is. You know they're going through the same process that you go through. But yeah, to this day, I'm still like genuinely shocked at the quantity of people that I meet that do parkour, and they're all just so sound. Like, they're just great people. advice to someone else that does parkour would just be like, don't take it too seriously. I'm a firm believer that progress isn't linear as well, so you're gonna go through dull patches of parkour. It's not like a everyday grind. I think it's natural to fall in and out of love with the movement. Like, I think it's healthy to take a step back once in a while, reevaluate what you're looking for in life. I think it's super common in parkour to kind of lose the passion temporarily and then re-find it. And I think a lot of learning comes from that. It depends on the situation, because often if you're the one reaching out to people being like, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out for this session? There's no way, if I'm not feeling motivated, that I'm contacting anyone to be like, let's go out. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if I'm not motivated to train and someone messages me or messages the group chat and they're like, hey, let's go out, let's like have a session, I'll be there 90% of the time, because it's not just about doing it, like it's about just hanging out with your friends and helping them. And for me, I do just love being out at spots. It's like, if I'm not doing parkour, I like watching people do parkour, I like thinking about parkour, and I just like hanging out with my friends pretty much. Yeah, obsessed much. Often I think I prefer to watch people do parkour than to do parkour, until it comes to the really scary stuff, like high consequential stuff. I hate watching my friends or my homies do. I'm like, I'd rather it's just me up there. If someone's gonna get injured, I hope it's me. Like, in general, I've had heaps of injuries, like my whole childhood, basically from the age of 10 all the way through high school, was just constant injuries. Funnily enough, most of them weren't from parkour. My first proper injury was I snapped my collarbone, and then that was just playing octopus at school, and then like I re-snapped it snowboarding. I got a concussion every year of high school. Yeah, but I broke my wrist from parkour and I needed surgery. I think I was 20 at the time. It made me reevaluate a little bit, and I had to take physio seriously, and I still have ongoing problems with it. So for me now, I treat injuries very seriously, whereas when I was young, I just brushed it off and I was like, oh, we'll get better. A little or a big injury, it's always gonna plant doubt in your mind. It's not the physical that you're dealing with, it's the mental. You'll take your physio, you'll take your time to heal, but then once you're back at it, you've got a lot of lost ground in terms of like your mental capacity to build up again. Say you've rolled your ankle and it's better, but it's 95% better, it's not fully there. If you've got that little bit of doubt in your head, it'll play a big factor. Doing parkour, you want to be assured that your body is going to cooperate. I'd say like 70% of parkour is a mental game. If you're caught up thinking about whether your body can keep up, you can't be thinking about how to work through that like mentally and psychologically. In terms of injuries, parkour is one of the most adaptable movements in sports or arts that there is, because you can break your wrist and you can just do parkour without a hand, because there's the freedom of just moving how you want to move. You can hurt your ankle and then you just work on rolls, you work on low impact flow. It's a very adaptable movement, and that's what creates style. Hurting yourself and causing injuries, and then you have to rethink the way that you do parkour and the way you train will rewire your movement, and then yeah, I guess you just have to figure it out from a different standpoint. And the longer you're not doing parkour, the harder it is to get back into it. And unfortunately, that's like very common in the community, is someone will have an injury, they'll forget the feeling that you get from doing it, and life takes over. Like, it's not the most tangible sport out there, so life can just take over and you don't remember why you did it. You've got too many mental barriers to work through that it's very common that people just let it go. I see parkour in many different ways. It's one of those things that I don't really want to put a label on it, because if there was a label, it's just movement. It's so diverse, and some people do parkour as an art form and some people do parkour as a sport. There are competitions, people compete, people are training for certain events, and that's kind of more the sport side of it, wanting to push these levels. And then there's the art side of it, of people just wanting unique movement, unique style, and they just want to like showcase a spot or showcase an outfit through parkour. Like, it's almost just like an avenue to do what you want, whether that's pushing, getting strong, training, or whether that's just having fun, looking silly, flowing around a singular bench. Some people treat it like a sport and will just go to the same spots and just work on the same moves. They want to get their jump a foot bigger, they've got this goal of this one jump that they're working towards. And then some people on the opposite side of the spectrum just want to find new spots, new spaces that they can move around. They're not attached to the physical macho side of it in a sense. They just want to create movement through different architects. Like, I think for me, that's what I love. I love finding a unique setup, a unique spot, and just figuring out what works best here. What can I do to do the spot justice? Because sometimes you find like just the coolest spot, and it's like most people wouldn't even think about doing parkour on it. But for me, it's almost like a challenge. Like, how can I move through this space and do it justice? Just pure happiness. Nothing has ever touched like the level of joy I get when I'm doing something scary, or I'm pushing a limit, and I've really wanted this challenge for a while. And if you just do it, and most of the time you just do it perfectly, like if you've spent time like preemptively thinking about it, you do it perfectly, nothing will ever replicate that feeling. Like, I'm hooked to parkour because of that, just that feeling you get. Visualizing is a huge part of parkour, like especially when my body's at 100% and I'm working towards a project or a video or something. I won't be able to sleep. I'll just be there like eyes shut, just thinking about the spot, thinking about the challenge. Like, I think visualizing is so beneficial. You're just slowly chipping away at preparing yourself for like game day. The only pressure I was feeling was pressure I put on myself to do something. I started getting more confident in my movement and getting more recognition from other people that I like respect to a really high degree. Sometimes I definitely feel like people expect things of you. You release a video, people see you doing all these crazy moves, and then you'll get up at like a parkour jam, and then you can just tell there's a couple of eyes on you. And for me, I hate that. Like, I'm like a shy parkour person. Like, my ideal situation is just me and 3 or 4 friends, just like filming or like trying challenges. Yeah, I always try to do it for myself. Sometimes I used to just do things because there's people around, everyone's doing it, and it can be beneficial to write off energy. But I think I picked up a few injuries just because I was there and I was like, oh, maybe I should be doing this, maybe like it's wanting to do something for the wrong reasons. In recent years, I've learned to just walk away. You're not gonna live up to other people's expectations. You just gotta like work at the level that you're at. Sometimes it's as simple as today's not the day. It's not that you can't do it, it's just you're in the wrong mindset to try. And I think it's super beneficial to learn that it's okay to walk away. It's okay to not be the guy everyone thinks you are. It's okay to just, no, it's not for me. Parkour's definitely helped build my character and my confidence. Like, as a kid, I was the shyest kid, like always just clinging on to my mum's leg, like not talking to anyone, but just having like an outlet to express myself, getting like a little bit of ego in that sense of knowing that you're good at something and that there's a community behind it. There's people that like you as the person you are. Like, when I've gone out and I've done parkour, there's a noticeable difference of like my character. I'm riding off this buzz, and like you just be hanging out with like friends, whether they're parkour friends or different friends afterwards. If I've gone out and I've gotten a good session in, I definitely feel this little like, oh yeah, like way more confident in like speaking up and sharing my thoughts. And I think for me especially, parkour has been so beneficial. It's hard to say, but maybe I never would have come out of my shell if I didn't find parkour. I could actually make a career out of that, and that's scary because it's always been the dream, is to do parkour for a living, or do it for a living for part of my life and be able to travel. Like, I don't need to get rich from it, but just like being able to have opportunities where you can travel and hang out with your friends from around the world. I guess it's never been as close as it is now, and I definitely feel that is like a little bit of pressure upon myself. I've come so far in the movement and in the culture that I don't want to lose it. It's just enhanced everything. As I was saying earlier, from going to my first national gathering and national events, like a year and a half ago, I went over to Europe for the first time, just with the pure intention of just traveling, meeting people and doing parkour. It's like stepping into a different world, because New Zealand's very isolating and restricting, and the community's lovely, but the community's small, only a certain amount of people in each place. Europe was like going to events where there's hundreds of people doing parkour. I just couldn't believe it, to be honest. It's very consistent throughout the world from people I've met from different cultures. Most people are just doing it for the same reasons, and like whether you speak the same language or not, like you can still break down challenges together, you can still just hang out. Like the communication and the friendship doesn't come from just like spinning a yarn, like talking to them. It just comes from sharing movement and sharing ideas. Knowing at the end of the day, like we're here for the same reason, we just love and are passionate about parkour. Traveling gave me more perspective than I'd ever had before, because I was just doing it with a couple of friends and then just the New Zealand community, and like everyone's so cool, so stylish, so good at parkour, but you're watching videos of famous spots, and at the end of the day you don't actually know how good you are. You don't know what level you're sitting on at parkour, but getting to see tens to hundreds of people doing parkour, you can kind of put yourself in a position of knowing how competent you are, and it can build confidence. The first time I went over, I suffered a pretty severe injury, so I pretty much spent my whole time in New Zealand last summer just recovering and just building myself back up, and it did take almost a year to get back there. So it was different to this time coming back. It's like then I came back and the spark almost died out. I remember I had tickets over to Europe this year. Before I left, I was almost like, I don't even want to go. Like I'm getting too comfortable at home. It's like I'm gonna be sleeping on couches, people's floor. Like I'd almost, like I said earlier, like lost the love for it, and it felt more like a chore. But then this time coming back, and I've just had a great summer of doing parkour, and I come back and my body's feeling great, I'm feeling fresh. Is that like that spark just was still there, and I got back and I was like, I need to try to do something with parkour, because I've been talking about like it's the dream to do parkour and make money from parkour and make a living and keep getting these opportunities. You've got to act on that. Like comfortable can be dangerous, because life without a little bit of risk is just a little bit boring, eh? Parkour from the outside can be perceived as a lot more dangerous and a lot more risky. You're working only within yourself. So if you're doing something with high consequence at height, you're not going to be doing something that's the most difficult thing. It's like, it's always that working through the mental game of like, if there's consequence, there should be no doubt in your mind that you're making it. Like there's a really good parkour quote that always stuck with me. It's like, if you're doing something at height, you should be able to do it 99 out of 100 times on the ground. Probably 100 out of 100 actually. Great question. If parkour didn't exist, I'd be skating or snowboarding. I've always had this addiction to movement. I've always wanted to be doing something, I think. Yeah, I think movement is what brings me the most joy, and like, I can't say exactly what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing parkour, but there's no doubt I'd be out there on the streets like doing something, whether that's like playing futsal or skating or trying to get up the mountain and snowboard or something. I think parkour is something that I'll be doing for a very long time. I think there's going to be a point where I'm just going to have to put a hold on trying to push the limits and doing scary stuff, but I think I'll always be moving and enjoying movement. For the near future, like I think I just want to keep growing the culture and the community, and like when you find something that almost changes your life, you want to share that. Like I think it's natural to want to provide opportunities for other people to have spaces to learn what you are so in love with. Cut. That's great, because I need a pee so badly.